As far as music goes, I only got a couple joints. I want to mention. There's a group called the Confederates. Who did a song with the DOC.
Okay.
And I think I sent you a clip of him kind of spitting his verse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He still got the lyrics, man. I mean, I hate that his voice is the way it is, but he still got the lyrics, man. I mean, he can rap his ass off. And I'm kind of glad that they were able to get him on the track because them dudes can rap too. You know what I mean? I think I only sent you a clip of his part. But the dudes is some white dudes, and they can rap their asses off.
Oh, nice.
So they call the Confederates, and the song is called Fast Ones. So y'all go check that out. Then the group Shoe Gang got a song out called The Nice Me. It's basically about, different versions of yourself. The nice me versus this, the other side of me.
They the same Horseshoe Gang?
Yeah. I think
also, they just
gang,
renamed it the Shoe Gang?
Yeah, I think it's the same dudes. So yeah, and it's featuring King Crooked. So it's a dope song. Y'all should check that out.
Everybody was talking about that back in 2015. That Drake and Meek Mill. Nah, fuck that. I was on that Hobson and fucking Horseshoe Gang. And I like Hobson.
Yeah.
But man, that Horseshoe Gang,
man.
God, they ass. Woo!
Yeah, man.
Boy, let me tell you.
It's been some legendary battles, man. I'm telling you, man. That's something we could talk about all day.
Man, that Horseshoe Gang that was something serious.
Speaking of battling, I did my lyrical breakdown. I dropped it earlier on Antoinette. Y'all need to go check that out because she got into a famous battle with MC Light back in the day.
I got to add it.
And she can rap her ass off, and I just wanted to still give her flowers because she's one of those who doesn't get a lot of credit. Even though she was a dope MC, she kind of got overshadowed because everybody felt like she was such a bad person because of the whole biting situation. But I kind of go over that in the video, so y'all check that out on our page, the lyrical breakdown on Antoinette.
Beat biter, wanna be
Style Taker. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the joint right there. That's MC Light and Antoinette. They went back and forth. But anyway, that was all I have for music. So we can go ahead and jump into some topics. I gotta mention, if y'all haven't heard yet, your boy 6ix9ine got beat the fuck up. He got some paws and some feet put on him.
Sound effects going hard.
Exactly. And it's on video, you know what I mean? We got it on video. We ain't get the whole thing, but we got a little 10-second snippet. And he got bruised up pretty bad, you know what I mean? So I guess people still kind of holding a grudge against him for the whole snitching thing. I think he kind of, I don't know, it seemed like he kind of opened the floodgates for snitching. You know what I mean? Like, after him, everybody was like, yeah, well, shit, I'm doing that shit too, nigga. You know what I mean? Who you need me to tell on?
Yeah, I'm going to say this,
yeah,
too.
Howie, right here. I got him right here.
Dang, you. Dang, Howie, get out of here. Right. We caught, Howie.
Right.
We caught. Like, we caught.
Right.
We caught out here, son.
Yeah. But it's messed up, man. Your boy got his ass whooped.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I hate to say it like this, but I'm not going to say it serves him right, but it kind of serves him right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You a lot of people, like we was talking on here, first of all, I want to shout out to, to those who follow us, our little followers are growing in a little bit.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. We may not have the views that, you know what I'm saying? We may have the big views and things like that, but that's not what we do this for. But going back to 6ix9ine, he was getting the big views and stuff like that. But everybody watches train wrecks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Everybody want to see a train wreck.
All the time.
And I think with him doing stuff like that, it's just, you know what I'm saying? I think he could have, I just think that energy he brings, now he's going to bring, he's reaping the consequences of all those things. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't rejoice in it. I hate that I ain't going to say, well, nah, I ain't going to say he kind of deserved it. I'm not going to say I hate seeing him get beat up. I don't rejoice in it neither. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you kind of asked for it because, with all the things going on.
Yeah, because that's the thing. He kind of just likes to run his mouth and go, "Oh, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me," and I'm just I ain't gonna, that you gotta stop doing that shit, man. Learn to shut the fuck up for a minute, man.
I'm telling you, man, it just ain't, it ain't worth it, man. It really,
ain't. It really ain't.
I just try to have my peace.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So yeah, dog back there hackling and coughing and whatnot.
Grown ass man.
Right.
And this dog's small too.
Yeah,
man.
Dog. She on her last days, man. I'm telling you, because all through the night when I be sleeping, I be hearing it just. I'm like, man, you all right in there?
I'm like, dang.
But it is what it is, man. She 14, so she ain't got much longer. But anyway, we can move on to the next thing. I wanted to mention real quick the Black Rob documentary that we talked about, which was on Tubi, has now been removed. It seems. I finally went back to try to look at it and told me the content had been removed. So it sucks, man, because I really wanted to see that. And when I looked online, you know how the people like IMDb, they'll give them a score on how good it was.
Yeah.
It had a 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, it must be, they must have done a good job on it. So
maybe we could pull it up on YouTube.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Because if somebody puts it out, I would love to see it, man. I know they was putting that Fight the Power documentary on YouTube, so.
Yeah.
But that was like a limited series, so I think that's already done. But anyway, so you just wanted to kind of give y'all that update that it is no longer available on Tubi. Maybe they'll bring it back.
Yeah.
If anybody else knows another platform that it's on, or a way we can see it, let us know. You know what I mean? Anyway, we can move on. I wanted to also bring back the topic of the first female MC. Because that came up, because of what MC Sha Rock did. She went live and said she was just tired of hearing other females like Pebbly Pooh and Debbie D say that they were the first and blah, blah, blah. So, after she did that, we got a response, and I'm going to read it to you guys so you can hear what MC Debbie D had to say. Because MC Debbie D, she does constantly call herself the first female MC soloist. And so I'm going to read her response, and that way we can kind of converse about that.
Okay.
So she, on her Instagram, she put, "To my hip-hop matriarch sisters," and in parentheses she put Sha Rock, Lisa Lee, and Pebbly Pooh. "Back in the day, though we were competitive in our crews, we were yet sisters. As I preview old interviews online and in books, each of us spoke highly of one another in regard to the long-standing work we each contributed to hip-hop culture. What happened? How did we ever allow ourselves to get to the place where we yell at one another and twist truths to make ourselves higher than the other? One of the things that I love about each of our stories is that in some way, all of us are firsts." She said, "Lisa, you are the first female MC of the Zulu Nation and the first female MC to ever appear in a hip-hop movie, a.k.a. Wild Style. I've always admired you for that, and this success is something that you earned on your own. Pooh, you are the first female MC to rock on the mic for DJ Kool Herc, the father of hip-hop culture. I know we have our differences on which soloist came first, but you have never denied my existence as a matriarch, and I have never denied yours. Sha, you are hip-hop's first female MC, period. Not a single one of your matriarch sisters is denying your place. Your contribution to the culture as the first can never be replaced. In every room I enter, I still speak your name, but many times I wonder, when you sit in a room, do you ever speak mine or any of the matriarchs without minimizing our contributions and downplaying our history? For an hour, I listen to you speak on a live stream, disrespecting each of your matriarch sisters and never actually getting to the point of explaining the purpose of the live stream, which was the difference between the first female MC and the first female MC soloist. My sister, you are first, yes, but there is a reason why the four of us are matriarchs. You did not build the culture alone. As we embark upon the 50th anniversary of hip hop, I know we will be called upon individually to continue to show up and be paid to talk about our history. But what about the opportunities we could be paid to share the history of hip hop, from tours to panels together? Imagine the four of us finally making back some of the money owed to us for being the first to lay the foundation for women in this billion-dollar empire. Matriarchs, this could only happen if the tension between us is dissolved. Having said that, I'd like to call a truce and ask each of you to join me on a Zoom call. Please check your emails. I love you all and pray that very soon the world will see the peace, love, and unity, having fun we once had with one another. Debbie.
Oh, shout out.
So, yeah, that's dope right there. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I think she addressed that perfectly.
I think that was genuine. I think that was, I think it gives everybody, it clears things up.
Right.
And I want to shout out Shy Rock too, because I messaged her on the last, and so in regards of what, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
For doing what y'all did.
Right.
Especially, back, as early as you did.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, me being a hip hop head as I am, there's some women that don't even know that they were the first MCs to actually do it.
Right.
Like without them, you wouldn't have the MCs like the Little Kims, the Rod Dickens. You wouldn't have that.
Right.
So I always like, look, I shout them out, and I hope that is the truth, because especially with them, they'll be able, and with the womanhood and the sisterhood, because women do that,
right.
more so than well, I ain't gonna say more. Well, I don't know, women, boy. Women with other women, it can be bad.
It can get catty, man.
It can be
very
bad.
catty, man. But,
yeah, it can. But I hope that they come together and work that out and be able to be a force for the younger females that's coming up, so they could be an inspiration. Like, I want to be able, when I become old or older or elder in hip hop, I'll be able to be on a seat like that. Okay. And see, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. The younger generation don't understand. Like, I feel that they don't understand that hopefully one day you too will be an elder.
Right.
So you should be able to, I'm not saying that, well, back in the day we do this. Like, I get time marches on. Like, everything can't be hunky dory, and everybody can't be like, oh yeah, sure. And I understand cadence and chains.
Right.
I understand that, but there should be, there definitely should be like some standards and things, and like, hey man, like, when I was your age and this situation arose,
right.
These are nuances and things that I did in order to, prevent other, situations coming through, like whether they be bad or, unfavorable. There should be somebody in your corner to do that. You know what I'm saying? But now,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I feel that this, is on the right path.
I agree. I hope they were able to do that live stream, because that post was from almost a week ago. Like 4 or 5 days ago. So I'm hoping that they were able to pull it together. Now, there was one slight thing I did not agree with that she said. She said that when Shy Rock got on her live, she disrespected all the other ones, and I don't really take what she said as disrespect. I looked at it as Shy Rock was just basically saying, I feel like there's some confusion, and I want to really just show as much proof that I can that I was the first. blah, blah, blah. And I mean, it's just a matter of misunderstanding, but I never really felt like Shyrock did anything to disrespect them. She was basically like, yeah, I just want everybody to understand I was the first, and I mean, other people are saying that they were the first, blah, 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 but it's just a matter of context, you know what I mean? But you heard a little snippet of what Shyrock said. Did you feel like she was being disrespectful? Because, I mean, I'm wondering if it was me, maybe it's just
I
me.
don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but everything else she said, WD, I agree wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think she was being disrespectful when she said what she said. Anyway, but y'all let us know what y'all think about that. It's an interesting topic, and I think WD handled that perfectly. She acknowledged, everybody's first in some kind of way, but she said, Shyrock, you are actually the first. Period. That's it. Mm-hmm. You're not the first to do this, the first to do that. You're just the first. And so I think she's basically saying, yeah, I was the first soloist. You know what I mean? Because I was the first one to do it on my own.
And that makes sense.
So,
that makes sense because because Shyrock was in the group, the Funky Four.
Funky Four plus one, yeah. So,
but she was like the first female MC, that was rocking it. Like, because that was another thing she was saying too. Like, the other people, like what you said, Pooh.
Yeah, Pebbly Pooh.
Pebbly Pooh was what Cool Herc. She was so she was more like Coke La Rock as far as like the yes,
exactly.
Y'all. Like, he was just like, all right, give it up for the DJ, this, that,
right.
Like that type of MC.
Yeah, exactly.
They wasn't like, well, the ball, the bang.
Right.
Which reminds me, man, I saw a dope interview with fucking Busy B, man.
Oh yeah,
that shit was dope.
That's what's up, man. Did you share it?
Yeah, I meant to share. It was I forgot the name. It's a young white guy. He actually interviewed Busy B. It was a really good interview. And he was talking about the ball and talking about the record Suicide.
Yeah.
It's like, so it was really cool to see that. But yeah, it was just, I just happened to think about that when, talking about the Cool Herc and that type of stuff.
Busy B got some throwback joints, man.
Yeah.
If you mess with Busy B, you might as well commit suicide.
You see that thing, I think him with Busy B going back to that response and call, because he was such a crowd rocker. He didn't really have a whole lot of recorded stuff.
Right.
But I think he kind of, if you really think about it, I think he kind of bridged the gap between the whole, like the Coke La Rock and the Melly Mel. I think if you really think about it, he kind of took the two.
Yeah.
And made it his own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you really think about it. That's just that's just my opinion. I might be wrong about that.
Yeah, I can see that. That. So yeah, I mean, definitely shout out to Busy B, man. Hopefully one day we might be able to interview him, because I mean, he's a legend, he's an icon, you know what I mean, no matter what. I used to love rocking his songs. But anyway, so yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think about that. I'm gonna have to check out their social media pages to see if they ever were able to have that conference call, Zoom call. But speaking of hip hop's legacy and shit like that, you were telling me about Fat Joe kind of making some comments about the victims of Africa Bambaataa.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of already talked about with the
morality thing.
Okay, but basically, like I said, I didn't get to watch it per se because I was listening to Doggy Diamond's take on it, so I need to go back and actually hear what he said.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, we can't. I do understand kind of what Fat Joe is saying as far as, hey, we got to get this up. And like I said, the way I look at it is, there's people that did worse stuff than Africa Bambaataa.
Right.
Who still got their accolades.
Yeah.
Now, granted,
absolutely.
I'm not and again, like I said, I'm not condoning it. I'm not condoning what they did. I'm not condoning what Africa Bambaataa did.
Right.
But, I mean, hell, if we want to get down to it, shit, do we remove Elvis from rock and roll. Well, actually, he didn't create rock and roll. Fuck him. But
No, he
but
stole
they
it.
yeah, but he
Created.
they gave him reverence,
Right,
and
exactly.
he pretty much a pedophile because he slept with underage girls.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So like, if you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, if you're gonna call it, you know, you're gonna call it out, call it all out. So that's the way I look at it. So I mean, I don't think, you know, and just R. Kelly, you know, he, you know what I'm saying, he, you know, he punished for what he did, but you can't really deny, you can't really take away what he did. I mean, shit, you know, hell, you say like, I'm gonna stop listening to R. Kelly records. Well, you're gonna have to throw out Michael Jackson. You're gonna have to throw out a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like all the country artists that you like. Oh man, I tell you what, in my God-given right, blue collar, red blooded American. Well, you better throw that shit out too, because he wrote quite a bit of those songs.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, man. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying, just because, again, they did, you know, some people are bad.
Right.
But there's when bad people can do good things.
Yeah.
But it may not be the best benefit for you.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, for instance, going back to the R. Kelly, or you know what I'm saying, you know, to use for the African Bambaataa situation, R. Kelly had great music.
Right.
R. Kelly gave you a project and like, man, I like this, it's a good bump, you know what I'm saying? I could take this with my girl or whatnot. But now, you know, since he's giving you that, you know, you paying, you know, you like this, and you're not paying attention to why is he with Aaliyah?
Right.
Why is he always with young girls?
Right.
You're not paying attention to, oh, you know, he's a star, you know, this, that, and the third, you know, he make good music. You excuse that, but if he was like just some regular old Joe, like if it was me doing that shit, I'll be under the jail. Cause I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Cause I didn't put out nothing good for everybody.
Right.
If I did, you know what I'm saying? If I put out something good for everybody, then I can, I'm just saying, then I could, and I'm not saying to do this heinous shit. I'm just saying if you do that, then you know, people are able to look past.
Right.
So I think that's what it is with the African Bambaataa situation.
Right.
He put out something for everybody. Now that's, you know what I'm saying, I mean, you can say what you will, but yeah, he's done a lot of, you know, like you said, done a lot of good, got the gangs off the street and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you have to just find a way to separate. You know, I think it's hard for some people, but sometimes you may have to, you know, separate church from state, as you know, if you think about it. Because I mean, you know, that's you know, R. Kelly is a great musician, and you know, I'm thoroughly disgusted and thoroughly disappointed that, you know, he had some preference for young girls like that, and that's just sickening.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't deny what he did for music. You know what I mean? I can't deny that. And so same thing with African Bambaataa. I'm thoroughly disgusted, you know, because it does seem like there's enough evidence out there that he did it. And but I don't want to, you know, take away from his contribution to hip hop either. So, you know, I can kind of separate the two and say, you know, I don't like this, and on a personal level, I don't want to ever fuck with you like that, but I won't dissipate your blueprint of what you laid out in your business, you know. So that's how I look at it. But anyway.